How's it going, everybody? I want to start off with Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and the mom dads and stepdads, and you know who you are. Today I took my boy to the local Father's Day car show. It's a Rolling 50s. It's in Greenville, Ohio. It was at the Dark County Fairgrounds. And so I know I haven't been able to post much lately. You know, life gets in the way and whatnots. So I figured I'd probably share one of the video projects that needs to come in, and it's needed to come in for many years. And we all know life gets in the way. So check it out. This is my 1968 Chevrolet Belair 4-door. I bought this car when I was 16 years old. I paid $60 for it and traded my bicycle for it. It was not black when I got it. It was I believe it's called Sea Frost Green. It's actually a puke green, but that'll give you an idea of what the color was. So, the reason it's faded flat black is because several years ago I had a buddy of mine sand the surface rust down and whatnots to slow it down, buy me some time. So obviously we have the usual quarters, the dog legs, the rockers are still pretty good, the common front fender on both sides. Obviously the biggest problem with this car is the windshield. It leaks bad. You can see the dash is all fried and roached. But the problem with the windshield leaking is it rots the floor pans out and the toe boards on the front. And unfortunately, I can't get any toe boards for it. I thought I'd go with the 68 Impala, and they don't even offer them for them, so I'm probably going to have to fabricate them myself. This is Stony. She is my oldest cat. Hi, Stony. Hence why she's called Stony. She's probably, she's probably going on 10 plus years old. So, anywho, project on this is going to have to be, I started to do some rust repair years ago. That's why all these screws are here. I had made patch panels. Okay, thank you, Cat, for helping us out here. In my grandfather's garage years ago, I had this panel made, this panel made, that panel made, but unfortunately his garage caught fire and burnt down and I lost those panels. Here's the driver's side dog leg and fender arch, quarter. You can see here it needs some work. It definitely needs a lot of work. Now, if anybody's interested, these seats right here that you see are out of a 98 Buick LeSabre, and it actually fits pretty well. So, the only thing I messed up on was my placement on the driver's seat. You can see the driver's floorboard, toe board. It's bad. But I should have moved this seat this way, probably another inch, 2 maybe, because you feel like you're sliding off the seat when you're driving it. So like I said, I've had this car since I was 16 years old, 2001. It's 2025, and let's pop a hood. Hang on, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. Give me just a second here, guys. Okay, this is the numbers matching. 307 small block Chevy. And it has been gone through by me. We have some random Dodge van radiator because I didn't have money to buy an original. It's sporting a 73 Ford 400 flex fan, and those are dangerous. If those of you don't know, they fly off and take people's eyes out and whatnot. So be careful with those. The engine is 30 over. Now bear with me because this has been 20 some years ago. When I built this engine, the reason I went through it is because the oil pump pickup tube fell off the oil pump and trashed the crankshaft. This engine was dynoed. If I remember correctly, it was C14 race gas. If that sounds familiar, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's an L79 grind camshaft, which was in the 327 350 motor, if I remember correctly. Holley 4-barrel. HI distributor can upgrade an older style Edelbrock 4-barrel. Headers. And the heads are ported, polished on exhaust, not intake. This engine, which I can't find the dyno sheet because, well, I've moved more than once since then. This engine, factory's 2-barrel, 200 horsepower. This engine dynoed was 375 horsepower. I don't remember the torque. I don't remember the RPMs, but I did have a dyno sheet somewhere. I have a dyno sheet for it, and if I do find it, I will post it. But right now, it's detuned because it's running on pump gas. I have no idea what it's making. Manual front and rear drum brakes, not a good thing for a car that goes fast. This cat, what are you doing, kitty? Anywho. It does have power steering, power glide 2-speed. As you can see, we've got a lot of work to do here. It's starting to get a little rusty. Most of it's decent. My son wants this car as his first car, and I know it's a 4-door, and a lot of people don't like 4-doors. I'm just kind of showing you the extensive of some rusting issues that we got to fix besides the body work. I'm going to have to pull the windshield out. I know I'm going to have to come in here. This dash is part of the body, so I'm going to have to come in here and either repair this or I don't know. We'll visit that when I get to it. Now the rear glass is missing the trim, which I still have it. Remember, I was 16 years old. This glass, once I took the trim off, I was able to lift it out without cutting it. It uses a butyl tape seal, and I tried to put it in there, doing it myself, and totally failed. Totally failed. So I went back with some clear silicone. That didn't work either. That's why this seat looks like it does. And that's why the original seat is not in the car. And I only had the backrest when I bought the car. So the front seats, I replaced them because obviously they got destroyed from the water and whatnots. Got this Killer Roll Sun Pro tack before Bosch bought them out. Somewhere I have a key. Hang on a second. Oh. So you can see the water is delaminated to chrome on the rear view mirror. Thought I'd be cool and add kick panel speakers. Back then, they did work out pretty decent. So I'll show you the carnage in the trunk. Which is, you can see the trunk floor is not too terrible. I mean, it's wet in here because it's raining a little bit ago. But I tried to do some fiberglass work. As you can see, apparently that's still there. But when the rear window leaks, you can see where the water runs down. Runs down this channel. And here. And rots it out. Runs down into the trunk drop. Into the quarters. Rusts it out. Same thing on both sides. Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's going to need a lot of work. And most people say, don't waste your time with the 4-door. Well, what I have to say to that is most of the 2-doors are gone. Most people are taking 4-doors and converting them to 2-doors. Now, I like the 4-doors because back in the day when you got your license and all your buddies wanted to ride with you, with a 2-door, if somebody's climbing in on the driver's side, you got to lift the seat up to let them in. Well, with a 4-door, you just open their door and they can hop in. You ain't got to worry about getting crushed or getting out of the car or whatnot, so they can just hop in. So, yeah. So this one is definitely going to be on the channel. There's a little dinger there. I won't say how that got there. That was wasn't from driving it. That was from something getting thrown off of a porch. Anywho, that little dinger, one winter I was driving home trying to turn to my mom's driveway, and she went straight, and I hit one of those 2-inch, all the farmers used to put these posts in the corner of their fields, and hit that about 35 miles an hour. So that's where that little shiner came from. Oh, while we're down here, check this out. If anybody of you know, the GM's a T3 headlight bulb. It's a factory headlight bulb. That's the only one that's a high beam, and it still works, that hasn't been replaced. So, I didn't point out on the other side, so I have the emblem with the marker light. This side, it's missing because I pulled it out and I actually patched this panel. There was a big old hole here and I actually patched it. And believe it or not, I was wearing safety glasses and I ended up with a piece of metal in my eye. It cost me a lot of money. The reason it's not back in here is because I had it sitting on the garage floor. And I was doing something in the garage, and a buddy of mine randomly showed up and come stepping in the garage and crushed it. So, I have a new one. I did buy a licensed reproduction. And for those of you who don't know, the Impala has 3 taillights. So, the Belair, Biscayne, and Caprice only has 2 here. The Impala has a 3rd one here. Hi, Stoney. You just want to be in this video, don't you? So, that's one way to tell what it is. So, 2 taillights, it's Belair, Biscayne, Caprice. Impala has 3 for $68. So, I guess you guys want to hear this old build. We went, like I said, we went to the car show earlier today. It didn't rain on us. Let's see if she'll start with no pumps. Oh. 3 pumps. Ooh. 3 was too many. Yeah. The tax accurate, we're a little low, but she is a little cold. Now keep in mind, they have the red line with that little handy dandy ship light. set at 5,500. This one comes in power-wise about 2,500 RPM if I remember correctly. Sorry for the focus job, guys. This engine, even though I don't turn it up to it, will turn, believe it or not. I've had this engine turn 9,000 RPMs. Yes, call me a liar if you want, but that's the truth. I've had this engine turn 9,000 RPMs. I don't like to spin it up that because I don't have any performance parts in it, so to speak. But she still carries 50, 49-ish pounds of oil pressure. Alright. Here she is running. Check this out. I put these headers on, oh, long time ago. Long time ago. And if you'll notice, I don't have any special header gaskets. Those are stock small block Chevy exhaust manifold gaskets, doubled up with the metal sides out. I put those on there, tightened them down, drove it down the road for 10 minutes, snugged them up, and they do not leak. And at the time, you could buy Mr. Gasket paper gaskets for headers, you could buy the Pure Seas aluminum, dead soft aluminums, you could buy the coppers. I didn't have any money, so I came up with that, and it still works. So let's get back here. Not too bad. Not too bad. Runs good, and surprises quite a few people. Now everyone might be saying, "Oh, what's a 307?" Well, yes, it's a 307. Could have built a 350 or a 383 stroker motor and gotten way more power, but I had the advantage when I built the engine in this car. I worked at an engine machine shop, so I didn't have to pay out an arm and leg for the machining because I did most of it. Yeah, but I will tell you, just because it's a 307 doesn't mean you can't make power out of it. And I know there's a lot of people that are going to comment saying that I'm full of crap. Well, the one thing that I tell my son and anybody else that wants to be a magazine talker, there's a difference between bolting aftermarket parts on an engine and making them work together. And if you're a person that knows what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying. For those of you who don't, common sense. You can bolt headers, big tube headers, full flow exhaust, whatever, big carburetor, big cam, big intake. You can bolt that stuff's easy. That's easy. Anybody can bolt them on. The problem with it is are they going to work together? Okay, there's so much more to it. I'm not going to get into it because there's plenty of channels. Actually, one of them I can think of top of my head, Uncle Tony's Garage. He's a big mobile car guy, but his principles apply to all engines. That's one I've watched. There's many others out there. As far as body work, I am not a body man, but I do know how to fabricate patch panels and whatnot. But I will shout out a couple other channels that I do follow. Cold War Motors, Scott. He's up in Canada. That guy, I'm telling you what, he takes a tree stump and a ball peen hammer, and he makes some pretty cool patch panels. Like, he will actually, if I had the money at the time and he was available and I took this car up to him, he would recreate this whole dog leg, and the panels, the bracing behind it from scratch, and it will look awesome. Another guy, if you want to get into some precision sheet metal making, is Carl Fisher at Make It Custom. He's also up in Canada. He's an awesome guy. I don't even know how to explain his work. He does good. Another feller, I haven't seen his channel personally yet, but I have seen him in a couple of videos, is I believe it's Carter Auto Restyling. I guess that guy's pretty cool with what he does, but I haven't checked out his stuff. But if you want to check it out, let me know what you think. Put it down in the little comment section. I'm trying to think of some other people I can shout out. Well, let me change my camera. This guy, Derek, Vice Grip Garage. I really admire what that guy does. He takes stuff like this that's been sitting in tree rows, fields, whatever, barns, garages, you name it. And he actually works on them there. And he drives them 300 plus miles home, sometimes across the country, using basic hand tools and whatnot. And he does a lot of stuff helping people out, which I really admire too. Another channel is Junkyard Dicks. I believe his name is, it's Kevin. I'm pretty sure it's Kevin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Kevin. He's up in Iowa. He does the same stuff. He finds stuff in random places and does the same thing. Gets them running, driving, and likes to go to bingo night if he can. I'm trying to think of who else I can shout out for you guys to check out. What's that other one I seen? Pool Bar Garage. Pretty sure that's it. Pool Barn Garage. I'm not sure where he's out of. I think he's south of Iowa. I haven't really watched his channel. Dude, there's so much stuff out there, content-wise, that you can spend the rest of your life just sitting there watching stuff. But if you need some tips on some stuff, some of these guys have some pretty cool stuff. Some hacks, backyard hacks, if you want to call them. Another favorite channel of mine, Half-Ass Customs, Brent up in Canada. I like how he does his stuff. I mean, I know it's not Carl Fisher perfect stuff, or Cornfield Customs is actually kind of local to me. It's probably an hour away. They do some amazing work too. But Brent, how Brent does his stuff is how I was kind of taught back in the late 90s, early 2000s. In hot rod building. You just work with what you got and make it go. And if you have new materials to start with, awesome. I'm nobody special, okay? I'm just Scott Govey at Govey's Garbage Revival, and I started this channel because I wanted to share some of the things that I have come across, some of the things I have done, and obviously, we all know the internet has vast amounts of resources, so to speak, to help each other out. And that's what the car community is all about. It's helping each other out. I mean, I don't know. When I was younger, it was like, oh, well, you got a Mopar. Oh, you got a Chevy. Oh, you got a Ford, you know, dogging on each other. But what people don't realize is that was just our cheap entertainment of picking on each other on how, people, there's diehard Ford guys. I'm actually a Ford guy, but I have more GMs because they were cheaper. Mopar's got some cool stuff, but man, you better have that or some good connections on some cheap stuff. Ford's is the way too. I mean, actually, it's all getting that way, unfortunately. I don't know what else I'm going to put in this video because it's getting close to a half hour long, and I know I haven't posted in a long time, and I apologize for that because YouTube's not my thing. I mean, people told me, hey, you should start a YouTube channel with the stuff that you know how to do and share some of that knowledge, and that's what I'm trying to do. And for those of you who have subscribed, I really appreciate it. I'm just going to have to post out, even though I posted in a video, I said I wouldn't bug you again. But I kind of realized after watching all these other big time guys that you kind of have to mention it once in a while. So, if you ain't subscribed, subscribe. If you like the content, hit the thumbs up. If you have something you want to say or add or ask or something, put it down in that little bar that says comments. You know, some people say bleep bloop it or however you want to take it. So, oh man, this is a lot of ranting for me. I don't usually do this. I apologize. But the 68 Chevy. Let me get a little more over here before I step on the cat. There you go. 1968 Chevy Belair, 4-door, 307 power guide. My first car, and I still have it, and I'll be 41 this year. So if you still have your first car, let us know, or me, or the rest of the people know. If you don't still have your first car, put it down in there anyways. Let us know what you had. Let us know, you know, give us a brief story. What happened to it? Did you have to get rid of it because of hardships? Or did you hate it so bad you got rid of it, and then when you got older, like me and the rest of the other people, and got a little smarter and realized, dang it, I should have held on to that. Because now I know what was wrong with that thing. It bugged the crap out of me, and I just gave up on it. Don't give up on something you have, okay? You may not be able to figure it out right away. Sleep on it. Step away from it. Maybe give it 5 or 10 minutes. Go back to it. You know, tinker with it a little bit. You might figure it out. And I'll throw in a quick example. When I was like, I don't know, 7 years old maybe, I was trying to get a pedal crank out of a bicycle, and I tried. I could not get the pedal to break loose to get it through the hole in the frame, the case. And I tossed it off the side. Yeah, it probably was more than 5 or 10 minutes, but eventually I went back to it and realized that something I didn't know, that they were left-hand threaded. And I got them out, and once I got them out, I was able to continue with what I had envisioned for that bicycle. So that's a quick example of what I mean. I mean, we don't know everything. I know everything. I just don't remember it all at once. Peace.